Hello friends, in today's video, join me for a day from the start, making my bed, to the end, closing the kitchen down after dinner. I'll motivate you with things like cleaning your bathrooms, doing your laundry, getting dinner in the crock pot, loading the dishwasher twice, hand washing dishes, and even some deep cleaning of my vacuum cleaner. So pop my video on your TV, tablet, or phone and clean along with me, or sit back and relax with your favorite drink and stockpile this cleaning motivation for future use. Hope you enjoy! Don't forget to like my video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification for more inspiring motivational videos. Let's be friends on Instagram too. You can find me at Home with Elizabeth. Hi friends, we are in this bedroom and we're going to get my bed made. I actually did go down and put a load of laundry in first, but I had so much trouble with my batteries today. I had no batteries charged when I started this day. So I actually started with my phone and was charging batteries. And so I did not take it downstairs to get my laundry in because I'd taken my camera downstairs thinking it was charged. So you just missed me putting in my clothes into the washer. So we're just getting this bed made to start our day so that we can feel happy anytime we walk in here and not have to look at a messy bed. Here we are down in the basement to get my clothes out of the washer and into the dryer. This was a Friday, and you know on Fridays I do my clothes and the towels. And so I thought I'm just going to set up my camera and I'm going to bring you guys along with me. Just everything I got done here on this particular Friday. I want to welcome you back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a 51-year-old wife and stay-at-home mom to 7 adult/teenage children. I have 2 girls that live outside the home. They're 27 and 23. I have 3 boys who live inside the home. They're 20, 17, and 15. I also have 2 bonus boys. They're 16-year-old twins. They're my nephews that I got custody of a few years ago. On my channel, you're going to find cleaning inspiration, cleaning motivation. You're going to find a little bit of organization, a little bit of decluttering, and even a little bit of decorating inspiration. But what you're going to find lots and lots of is real life. I like to keep it very real here on my channel and share my perfectly imperfect life with you all. I strive to help others not feel so alone in this world and to help them realize that the best way to live life is as their most perfectly imperfect self also. If this sounds like content you'd enjoy watching, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you join my community. On this particular day, I decided to clean my bathroom for the first time after redoing it. And you guys know that I can't really film in there when I clean because it's so small. But what I did lose, and again, I had problems with my memory cards today too because I lost footage of, I gave you a little overview of how dirty it was. The spit covered sink and spigot and the mirror, and just, I don't know where it went. Like it was just an error when I popped it in my computer. But here was the after I was supposed to show you and how well it looked after I cleaned it. So just imagine 2 teenage boys wrecked this entire sink and mirror and toilet, and you've seen my upstairs bathroom many times, so I'm sure you can imagine what this looks like. But I was able to throw in the mopping of the floor because I can kind of keep my camera on the outside of the bathroom. So I did show you mopping the floor and the beadboard for the first time, and it washed up beautifully. I am so happy that we went with that. You saw it. It was like 2 minutes of just a little tiny bit of splash of bleach into that hot water, and it just cleans everything up. And I was showing you, I did vacuum that floor with my Fighty before I mopped it, and I showed you emptying it into my slop sink. I'm letting it soak a little bit. I don't know if you could tell how filthy dirty it was, but it was seriously filthy dirty. And so now we are getting these towels sorted, and I always sort them into white and colorful, and we're going to get these white ones in and get them washing. And I'm taking my mop off real quick. I didn't show you, but I just kind of walked behind the camera and threw it into my washer. I wash those with my white towels in hot water and bleach, and then I just set them over on my rack to dry, and they have so much life into them. So you saw I just poured the water there from the bathroom, and it wasn't too dirty. The floors really don't get dirty down here. Even my upstairs bathroom doesn't get too dirty. So now that I let this filter and the dustbin soak, you can see how filthy dirty that water is in my little cleaning bowl there. And we're just scrubbing it with, this is actually that brush, that Clorox brush that I reviewed for you guys a while ago. I love it down here in my basement. It works wonderful on my vacuum like filters, and it works good when I'm cleaning the sink, and it works good for like my painting supplies too, like because the brushes are so stiff that it will scrape that paint off easily. So I actually keep it down here on this slop sink, and I use it down here all the time. So I actually just put a little bit of Tide in that bowl that I was letting them soak in, and then I did run up and get my Dawn Platinum to use on that like accordion filter. It really worked really well. It was kind of caked with drywall dust and stuff, so it really helped get all that out. And you saw that water, how filthy dirty it was. That vacuum needed such a thorough cleaning because we used it down here the whole time we were renovating, and you know, so drywall dust. And you're gonna see here I pull out some nails. A nail in there. Oh my God, another one. There were nails stuck here in the brush. This vacuum really took a beating when we were repairing stuff down here, but it held up like a champ. And as you saw right there, it literally took me a minute to pop that brush out and clean everything. And I was so happy to get that vacuum cleaned. It needed it desperately. All right, my clothes are done drying. We're getting them out, and I'm gonna put my white towels in the dryer here, and you're gonna see me. I don't know if I show you. I did just set it right there in my mop head. I think I show you. I just turn around and set it on my drying rack, and that's how I dry them. I don't put them in the dryer, mostly because I don't want to listen to the clanking of the plastic part on it. All right, so we have all of these colorful towels, and I was gonna split them into two loads. You're going to see me some of the beach towels I put to the side. I never know like how full my washer is going to get, and so halfway through I noticed that I was going to have enough room, so then I start putting the beach towels in with just our regular bath towels. All right, we're gonna head up to the living room, and we're going to get my laundry folded. And you're gonna see my youngest son is sitting with me. He was actually working on geometry. He's taking a summer class this year. Most of my kids took at least one or two summer classes during their high school career because it's easier to get it out of the way. It only takes about 6 weeks as opposed to, you know, having it the whole year. And then they have more room in their normal school schedule to fit classes that they actually enjoy. So my youngest is actually doing geometry this summer, and actually all of my kids did geometry in the summer. I don't think any of my children took geometry actually during the school year. It's one of the easier courses to take. But you're going to notice here when I was folding some of my clothes, those are my sweaters that I had hanging up down, excuse me, down in my basement. I showed them in one of my previous videos, hanging them back up after we were done like repairing stuff. I actually decided to get them washed and into my closet since I don't need them right now. I did leave the hoodie that I had down there after I washed it, in case we have a rogue cool night or cool morning when I'm walking the pups. So we've just come into my bedroom here, and we're going to get these clothes put away. I will let you know, I am going to show you a little later in the video switching my towels out. I do not get the towels folded in this video. I was going to include them because I actually did them the next morning, but I decided not to. since it really didn't happen in this day, and I want to really show you what I got done in this day. So even though I do get all the towels washed and dried today, I don't fold them till the day after this. Thankfully, this footage did not get corrupted because holy mirror. I don't know what my children do in this bathroom that mirror gets so horribly looking like that. But it astounds me every time I come in here to clean, how terrible it gets. So this island, I don't know what it was called. I'm gonna look it up and put it in here. But that was the soap I showed you in my last grocery haul that I got from Walmart. It was fresh and tangy maybe, but it smells so good. It was aloe and it was green and fruity. That's what it was. It was aloe and some type of fruit. I'll put it on the screen, but it smells so good. And as you can see, we have gone through it. That's how good it smells, and everyone loves washing their hands with it. So we just got my toilet bowl cleaner in the toilet. We got my sink sprayed, and then my mirror sprayed. Well, we let the sink sit. Got my mirror wiped off, and now we're working on this sink. And we're just wiping it up, friends. It just gets dirty. You know, we wash our dirty hands in it. The kids spit their toothpaste in it. It just always needs a good wiping down. And of course, we don't even need to talk about the toilet because you guys know. It actually was not as dirty as it normally is, the toilet itself, because I actually cleaned it a day or two before this. I couldn't stand looking at it any further. And I'd happened to be wiping something off the counter, and I just grabbed another wipe and wiped the toilet off real quick. So the actual toilet itself is not too dirty today. The floor is, though. The floor is just as dirty as it always is. So, you know, don't be disappointed because you think you're going to miss some satisfying dirty cloths, because right there, you don't even need to see any more of them after you see that one, because that takes the cake. But we are just going to get all the stuff wiped down, sanitized, and just smelling fresh instead of smelling like urine. I even went so far to spray my scrubbing bubbles on the floor to help with the stuff that seeps under. Now, I will tell you a little bit of a tidbit coming up here. I have a steamer type thing coming that I cannot wait to use on this toilet to get underneath this toilet even better than this spray and this toothbrush, because if any house needs it, this house with 2 adults and 5 teenage boys needs it desperately. Even this side that usually doesn't get too dirty was dirty and dusty. It's gross, friends. It's gross. And I would apologize, but you guys know that I share real life. I'm not going to sugarcoat things for you. I'm not going to clean a clean bathroom. Why in the world would I do that? Like, my house is dirty, and I'm trying to give you motivation to, help you clean yours and let you know that, not everyone has a clean house. If you have a dirty house, I have a dirty house. So I'm trying to normalize this, friends. Like, nothing is perfect. And even after you clean it, it's not perfect, but it's done. So you also saw that I wiped the corner of my bathtubs there. I don't know what it is about these bathtubs that have those little indentions, but they collect dust so much. So we got our mat up, and now we are using my Dyson just to sweep up all the crumbs and dust and flakes. And believe it or not, there was only one Q-tip between the sink and the closet, so that was good. And then we're actually coming in here with my O-Cedar mop, and we're scrubbing everything, the walls, the floor, the bottom of the toilet. We're getting it all clean and sanitized. And I have been loving using my O-Cedar in here. I can't tell you the last time I used my Tyneco in the bathroom. Just something about the O-Cedar being able to get up the walls makes it so much better for me. All right. We're in the afternoon here. It's probably around lunchtime, and I need to get dinner in the crock pot. I just showed you the recipe. It's like sweet and sour pork. I will put the link to it in my description box below. I did not show myself making the sauce here, but I did show you the end result of what it looks like. So I got pork chops out of the freezer this morning, and we're going to get them in this Instapot, and we're going to get them, I brown them on both sides, and then we'll put the sauce and stuff over them and put it on my slow cooker. And as you notice right there, I'm trying to clean out my freezer. Those are pork ribeyes from 2022, and they tasted amazing. So do not be afraid to freeze meat, friends. Really, like, as long as you're keeping it in a deep freeze that you don't like open daily, like, it stays perfectly good. I just put enough on the bottom there to cover and salt and peppered it. I don't even really brown it a ton. I just brown it a little bit, and then I flip them over, add a little more salt and pepper, and then I put them on a plate to do the rest of them. And then once the second set is browned and I put it on the plate, I will pour the sauce in, and I kind of use a whisk to scrape up any bits that are on the bottom. I put all the pork back in, pour it over, and we'll set it on low for 6 hours. And then I made rice to go along with it and vegetables, and everyone ate it up. And now that everyone's had their lunch and I got dinner in the crock pot, we can get this dishwasher loaded and started running, and then get any type of dishes that need hand washed, get them hand washed. And I want to say, I think I can see the clock there. It looks like it's about 1:22. So it actually was a little bit after lunch when I was getting this into the crock pot. We usually try and eat between 6 and 7, depending on who has what in the evening. And of course, there were water bottles that I could not open. And earlier, that's my middle son, he was opening his bottle that goes on our blender, and he puts the lid on it to drink his smoothie. I couldn't get it off either. So when it's time to do the dishes, I'm always calling the boys out to come help me get lids off. I'm kind of weak. All right, so I'm just cleaning all the scraps out of the sink. And of course, it's Friday, and I always try and get this filter washed on Friday. As you can see, it's not too bad. It's a little cucky. You can really tell the difference when you see it clean. But I think that's why it doesn't get too yucky, as I do try every Friday to get this filter in my dishwasher clean. It takes literally a minute to do this and the metal screen. Right, and I only had a few dishes to hand wash. That's the microwave cover that goes in the microwave. I usually put it in the dishwasher, but I don't know if you could tell it was super full, so it wasn't fitting. This is like a silicone covered whisk. I never put it in the dishwasher. It seems to like rip the silicone. A frying pan from breakfast this morning. Again, we don't put our frying pans or pots in the dishwasher. And then my husband's pitcher that he makes his green tea in needed washed also. All right, we are down here getting these white towels out, and I'm going to put the colorful towels in. As you can see, I'm in a different outfit. I took the boys this day to TJ Maxx, and we have a sports store called Dunham's. We had to get shorts and shirts for the summer, and a couple of them needed socks, and one of them was looking for flip-flops, and my youngest child needed some play tennis shoes. And I brought my camera along to videotape, but all of them were like, really, Mom? And I was like, okay. So I try and respect that. My guess is it embarrasses them a little bit to be out in public doing it. Sometimes most of them don't mind here at the home. Some of them mind all the time. So I did not tape any of that. But mind you, I had 4 teenage boys out buying clothes, and in some ways it's easier than my girls, in some way it's not. Yes, so we went out and shopped and spent a lot of money on clothes. All right, so this is after dinner. And my husband is home, but he had some stuff he had to finish up for work. He is a little bit swamped right now. He's trying to take some time off, so he's trying to get ahead. So I'm like, no problem. I can do the kitchen. I don't mind it one bit. So as you see, I just loaded the dishwasher, and now I am getting some stuff cleaned. There was the sauce in my pot there. I went in, had to throw out. I am adding rice we always have cooked rice. You're going to see this right here. This is hilarious. We always have cooked rice in the fridge. I got a little too enthusiastic there trying to get stuff put away, and I dropped it in the sink, but none of it spilt, so everything's all good. So now I'm just getting the hand wash on. We have a lot more hand washing stuff because we don't ever put it in the dishwasher, so we're just getting that done. And I am throwing them in this other sink till I can get some space to rinse them in the first sink. But you will see as I start decluttering the kitchen, it's not like my husband's not helping. I do give him some stuff to put like in the pantries and stuff like that, and he totally does. He had some things to do, like he was on and off on the phone, which was mostly what it was, and it's hard for him to do that when he's like cleaning something, because my husband is the type of person that if he's on the phone, he paces and like he can't multitask. So it's not that he couldn't do it. It's not that he wouldn't have done it if I said, that's our deal. I just knew that it would get done a lot quicker if I went ahead and did it while he was dealing with his work stuff. And for some reason, I got messy tonight. Really soaking wet when I was doing these dishes. All All right, we're moving on to now getting stuff decluttered, putting pot holders away. I'm gonna get these counters wiped. I'm gonna get my stove scrubbed. And again, I said this, I think the last time I kind of did a closing shift video. My husband does not do this type of stuff when he does the dishes at night after dinner. First of all, because he's already worked all day, and like I've wiped the counters down and the stove down during the day. So now obviously if there's a spill anywhere or giant crumbs, he will clean that up, but I don't expect him to do any type of this type of cleaning. He loads the dishwasher and does the hand washing dishes and puts dinner away if there's leftovers, because I do this during the day. I clean the counters, I clean the stove. So really all this does is save me work for the next day by doing it at night. And so that's always nice too, because then it means that I have less on my plate to do the next day. All right, we have about 2 minutes left. I'm just going to finish wiping counters, decluttering food and items and stuff like that, but I'm gonna let you go. But before I do, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for always clicking on my video, watching them, commenting on them, liking them. If I could ask you one thing before you go, please give this video a like, give it a thumbs up. It just lets YouTube know that you enjoyed it, and then it will also suggest it to other people who may not know me or subscribe to my channel. Lets them know that, hey, this is content that they might like. If you feel like leaving me a comment, I would love it. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, why the heck not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then that bell notification so you never miss another one of my videos. I release every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I would love to have you join my community. So until next time, friends, have a great day. Bye.